Being and enjoy. Okay. Do 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 do. Here we are at the Louvre. Little view of downtown Kent from outside the apartment. Classic mill shot. And we're on our way to the gallery to play on the latest installation by Mark Alexander.
No, I'll be ready very soon.
Okay, say hello to my little brother David out in Seattle, you guys.
Hey, Dave.
And
Hi, Dave.
it's his birthday, April 6th, so I'd send him a little happy birthday greeting.
Okay. Happy birthday, Dave.
Happy birthday.
There you go. Straight.
Out of the pool. I'm the Caucasian that stepped out of the cave. I felt the sun.
Now you're not going to be able to.
Do what?
Enough light with that, are you?
Ancient ways
It's,
I cannot
we have a
help
work
you.
light
It's
we
what's
can go
needed nowadays.
cruising around.
I walk the earth, so I give respect to.
Get the
Balance
camera.
of life, yet some expect to. Take its wealth, never plan to give back. The earth proclaims its domain and gives back. Many still think that Jah pulled the string. We do the deed and destruction we bring. The planet's powerful and it's mystical, treated with care, and she's more than bountiful. The quest for supremeness of one man throws a brick on the scale, disrupts the planet. So as he gets stronger, we sit still. I can't allow generations to come be killed. Cause this is the balance of life, my friend. And if you act selfish, then in self it ends. Life after life, next comes your son. What's the legacy he will come from? The task is too great to overcome, so you just become a picture of a system. Not speaking solar, for this man is colder. Soul is friends. That's the price he paid for his stolen clothes. In the grave he will live, and no one knows, so they follow. The rich man's heaven is the poor man's hell. Digging my life tips taught me this very well. Digging in the earth for yourself, and all this will get is material wealth. Work through shit for your soul, and this is the one. Source of all justice, source of peace. But this has no profit, at least not here. So listen to the earth as she count down the years. Realistically speaking, slow. I was moved to write, so I did so. I work hard not to be mistaken. There comes breaks, but it's how you take them. Ageless, shall I say timeless? That's about what time the rhyme is. Stuck in 3D, but I won't be there. Trapped by dimension, you must beware. My mind is the vehicle to my feeling. It separates me from belief. Belief is nothing but justification. Feeling of truth is manifestation. Once you feel it, it then becomes true, and that, my friend, is when the God comes from you. I dig for books, but words are hollow, and what they dish is hard to swallow. We hold the key to ourself, but we must take the key from off the shelf. You look to another for identity. You look to another for security. I can't be you and you can't be me, so let's just be the one we're supposed to be. The words, they grab or hold ya. Take your mind and then they mold her. Conscious thought to what I'm saying. It's to yourself you could be praying. Not quite worship, but meditation, otherwise known as self-relation. It's a new day, so feel the sun. Now God's time it has begun. Are you slave or are you son? Do you know where it is from which you come? Now listen close as I continue. Babylon's system just gets in you. Bend you right over, cause that's the venue. Just do as I do, cause I intend to. Raise you up like Joshua Karas. Take a step back from this holocaust. Get a grip, take a breath. Now what's left? Yeah!
Tonight's show is called Chaos, and you will find out in just a few moments what chaos is all about. It's all made of recycled wood from the basement, where it's gathering mold and dust and rotting away. And so, I want to tell you a story about reincarnation. There was a time not too long ago when I was very much alive and living and growing towards the sky like every other tree should and would and could. But, alas, I came in the way of some power lines, and they chopped me down. So, as I lay there, dying slow, a young man came up and told me, "I will make something of you. I will turn you into a reincarnated being." And so, here I am. Okay, so, without further ado, I would like to introduce Chaos to you! Inside the womb, I wait to be born. I quickly developed the habit of eating and shitting and falling asleep. In a few years, I began to learn the language. I get a job. And then somewhere along the line, I discovered music. Here, I discovered magic.
Do you have anything you'd like to say?
Take two.
All right.
Oh gosh, I wrote a poem once. Actually, I wrote a declamation once, back when I was in the declamation club in high school. You remember that? It's like what you have now with the debate team. Only we get together and declaim. So I wrote this nice piece about a real life thing that happened to me when I was littler. And oh, I sent it away, tried to win $25, I didn't win. Anyway, I was thinking multimedia. Well, I got my little piece. I got the dress I made that summer when my lover left me. And I got my Easter bonnet, and that's multi enough for me. So, parts of this little story are real serious. Let's see. The Mountain Whippoorwill by Stephen Vincent Benet. Up in the mountains is lonesome all the time. Soft wind blowing through the sweet potato vines. Up in the mountains, it's lonesome for a child. Whippoorwills are calling when the sap runs wild. Up in the mountains in the fog, everything's lazy as an old hound dog. I was born in the mountains. I never raised a pet. I don't got nothing, and I never got it yet. I was born in the mountains, lonesome born, raised running ragged through the cockleburrs and corn. I never had a pappy, maybe never should. I think he was a fiddle made of mountain laurel wood. I never had a mammy to teach me pretty please. I think she was a whippoorwill skipping through the trees. I never had a brother, nor a whole pair of pants. But when I start to fiddle, well, you got to start to dance. Listen to my fiddle, kingdom come. Hear the frogs a-chunking, juggle-rum, juggle-rum. Hear that mountain whippoorwill be lonesome in the air. And I'll tell you how I traveled to the Essex County Fair. Now, Essex County has a mighty pretty fair. All the smarty fiddlers from the South come there, elbows flying as they rosin up their bows for the first prize contest in the Georgia Fiddlers Show. Old Dan Whelan with his whiskers in his ears, kingpin fiddler for nearly 20 years. Big Tom Sargent with his blue walleye. Little Jimmy Weezer that can make a fiddle cry, all sitting around, spitting high and strutting proud. Listen, little whippoorwill, you got to bug your eyes, and they're tune, while the judges told the crowd them that gets the mostest claps and win the bestest prize. Everybody's waiting for the first Tweedledee when in comes a stumbling hillbilly me. I bowed right pretty to the judges and the rest. I took a silver dollar from a hole inside my vest. I plunked it on the table and said, "There's my calling card. And anyone that licks me, well, he's got to fiddle hard." Old Dan Whelan, he was laughing fit to holler. Little Jimmy Weezer said, "There's one dead dollar." Big Tom Sargent had a yellow toothy grin. But I tucked my little whippoorwill spang underneath my chin, and I petted it and tuned it till the judges said begin. Big Tom Sargent was the first in line. He could fiddle all the bugs off a sweet potato vine. He could fiddle down a possum from a mile-high tree. He could fiddle up a whale from the bottom of the sea. You could hear hands a-spank until they spanked each other raw when he finished variations on turkey and straw. Little Jimmy Weezer was the next to play. He could fiddle all night, he could fiddle all day, he could fiddle chills, he could fiddle fever, he could make a fiddle rustle like a lowland river. He could make a fiddle croon like a loving woman. They clapped like thunder when he finished strumming. Then came the rock of the bobtail fiddlers, the let's go easies, and the fair to middlers. They got their claps and they lost their bicker. Settled back for some more corn liquor. The crowd was tired of their no-count squealing. When out in the center steps old Dan. He fiddled the high and he fiddled low. Listen, little whippoorwill, you gotta spread your wings. He fiddled with a cherry wood bow. Old Dan Whelan's got bee honey in his strings. He fiddled the wind by the lonesome moon. He fiddled a most almighty tune. He started fiddling like a ghost. He ended fiddling like a host. He fiddled high and he fiddled there and he fiddled salvation everywhere. He fiddled north. He fiddled the heart right out of your mouth. When he was finished, the crowd cut loose. Whippoorwill, there's rain on your breast. And I sat there wondering, what's the use? But I stood up pert. I took my bow, and my fiddle went to my shoulder so. And There wasn't no sound to get me phased. But I was alone, where I was raised up in the mountains, so still it makes you scared, where God lies sleeping in his big white beard, and I heard the sound of the squirrel in the pine, and I heard the earth a-breathing through the long night time. They fiddled the rose, and they fiddled the thorn, but they haven't fiddled the mountain corn. They fiddled simple, they fiddled moral. They haven't fiddled the brushwood laurel. They fiddled loud and they fiddled still, but they haven't fiddled the whippoorwill. I started off with a dump diddle dump. Oh, hell's broke loose in Georgia. Skunk cabbage growing by a bee gum stump. Whippoorwill, you're singing now. Georgia booze is mighty fine booze, the best you ever poured you, but it eats the soles right off your shoes. For hell's broke loose in Georgia. My mother was a whippoorwill pert. My father, he was lazy, but I'm hell's broke loose in a new store, sure to fiddle all Georgia crazy. So wing your partner up and down the middle. Sashay now, listen to my fiddle. Flapjack slipping on a red-hot griddle, and hell's broke loose in Georgia. Fire on the mountain, snakes in the grass. Satan's here abiding. Oh, Lordy, let him pass. Go down, Moses, set my people free. Pop goes the weasel through the old Red Sea. Jonah sitting on a hickory bough. Up jumps the whale. Where's the prophet? Now rabbit in a pea patch, possum in a pot. Try it out, my fiddle now. My fiddle's getting hot. Whippoorwill singing from the mountain hush. Whippoorwill shouting from the burning bush. Whippoorwill crying from the stable door. Sing tonight as you never sung before. Hell's broke loose like a stomping mountain show. Sing till you bust the gold in your throat. Sing on the mountains, little whippoorwill. Sing to the valleys and slap them with a hill. For I'm strutting high as an eagle's quill, and hell's broke loose. Hell's broke loose. Hell's broke loose in Georgia. There wasn't no sound when I stopped bowing. Whippoorwill, you can sing no more. But somewhere or other, the dawn was growing. Oh, mountain whippoorwill. And I thought, I fiddled all night and lost. You are a good hillbilly, but you've been bossed. So I went to congratulate old man Dan. And he put his fiddle into my hand. And then the noise of the crowd began. Thank you. Guitar, harmonica. my heart out. You would be the night dark river, I would be the moon. And the cops say there's little chance of ever finding you, and this kind of thing, it happens all the time. There's really nothing anyone can do to bring you back. And I know this isn't what's really important, to pretend that I'm alive, and that's what some consider the lilies of the field. And God knows when a sparrow falls. Andy brought me his guitar, Dale and Jeffrey brought harmonicas. The Vera that I'm loving now came from Jude and Will. It's good to be a part of a community of artists. I got a song, 2 strong hands and 15 friends, and the flute that pouring rain. In Vera, harmonicas, honey, baby, sweet guitar, I miss you, may the hands that hold you love you like a sister, love you like a lover, love you like a friend. Mira, guitar, harmonicas, where are you?
I was wandering through the vineyard, glass jars falling on my head, when I noticed an orange glow surrounding the autumn leaves.
Once upon a time, among the rocks and dust, lived a young cricket in a pile of rust. All day long he sat under a frying pan, waiting for the pall of night to fall. Once upon a time, there was a young mother whose husband ran off and left her to raise their child on her own. Much as she tried to keep above the threshold of insanity, she slowly gave way beneath the weight of cooking and cleaning, mending and fixing, and answering to every beck and call of her child. Miss Master, her child. One evening, around supper time, she was searching frantically among the rocks and roots for her mind, which she had temporarily lost amid the clutter of books, toys, cushions and bed, clothes, papers, and moldy bread. And there she found the cricket, who was hiding underneath the frying pan. The cricket looked at her, and she looked at it, and the cricket said, "Shh." And the mother began to spin. The trees came alive, the birds flew above. They joined in a chorus and swarmed her with love. As the day drew to a close, the child found her mother sleeping in a willow grove. The little one stood by with a curious stare and searched for a log to use as a chair. The little one was puzzled at the sight of her mom. Then she wrapped up her mother and carried her home.
Sorry, we
These things get really close.
I'm asking you an authority figure, whoever's in charge. What'd you say? All right.
Don't you step on my blue suede shoe. You can do anything but I lay off, but
Getting warmer, huh?
Dedicated to all the viewers out there. This is the newest performance of the New World Show in 3D. This newest play is The Kidnapped Caper. This is our actors fighting, but this is not what's going to be the play about. Okay, let's go try to interview someone. What is this fight about? Well, it all started when we thought they were taking Grace. Poo, 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 poo. Princess, the princess. So, we started fighting. But then they said that we captured Prince Raleigh Wawa 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 Wawa.
Ah, bread.
sorry.
Yeah. All we have is secret stuff rearranged.
Sure.
Sure.
That'd be nice.
Is that okay?
Yeah, heck yeah.
Okay.
Okay. We'll recognize it.
Sacred.
It's part of Eine kleine Nachricht.
Hey, Ethan. Yeah.